Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio. Welcome to Hunting for Answers, a true crime podcast. I'm your host, Hunter, and today we're highlighting a case out of Columbus, Georgia. On the night of January 16th, 2017, someone approached an apartment at the Bull Creek Apartments. There was a knock at the door. Moments later, gunfire erupted through the closed door. When officers arrived, they found a teenage girl inside who had been struck by gunfire. She did not survive her injuries. Investigators would later come to believe the person responsible may not have been looking for her at all. Inside that apartment was a bright 17-year-old honor student who was already taking college courses. This is the story of Destiny Nelson. Destiny Janelle Nelson was just 17 years old. She was a student at Early College Academy in Columbus, Georgia, an honor student who was already taking college courses through Columbus State University while still in high school. Family members say Destiny was a bright student who was focused on school and working towards her future. But on the night of January 16th, 2017, her life was cut short. And the events that led up to her death would leave investigators trying to understand how something like this could have happened. The shooting happened at the Bull Creek Apartments along Creek Way in Columbus. According to investigators, someone walked up to Destiny's apartment that night. The person knocked on the door. Destiny's mother, Amber Daniel, later described what happened next. We get a knock at the door. Destiny was in the hallway, and she said, "Who is it?" Amber Daniel recalled. Then all of a sudden, it sounded like firecrackers going off. Moments later, gunfire erupted through the door. The shots traveled into the apartment. Destiny was struck by the gunfire. Officers and medical personnel responded to the scene, but she did not survive her injuries. As detectives began investigating the shooting, one possibility soon emerged. Investigators said they believed Destiny may not have been the intended target. The person responsible may have been looking for someone who lived in a different apartment. In other words, the shooter may have gone to the wrong door. Investigators also believed the shooting was connected to another killing that had happened in Columbus just days earlier. On January 5th, 2017, a man named Dominique Horton was shot and killed. According to police, the shooting that took Destiny's life was believed to be a botched retaliation connected to that killing. But investigators said she had no known connection to the violence they were investigating. The shooting shocked the Columbus community. Classmates, friends, and family members were left trying to make sense of what had happened. Her death left many in the community struggling to understand how something like this could happen. But identifying who was responsible for the shooting would take time. Months passed, then years. In the years that followed, the investigation continued. Law enforcement asked the public for help and urged anyone with information to come forward. Eventually, the FBI joined the investigation. Authorities announced a combined reward of up to $25,000 for information related to the case. Billboards were also placed in the area in an effort to generate new leads. Investigators said they believed someone may know what happened that night. Information, they said, could help solve the case. In January of 2021, 4 years after Destiny's death, authorities announced an arrest. According to investigators, Kiana James was taken into custody and charged in connection with the case. Court records and reporting at the time indicated investigators had developed witness statements and other evidence during the investigation. Authorities also said they believed additional people may have been involved. Court proceedings related to the case have continued in the years since, including court action connected to a larger gang-related investigation. For Destiny's family, the years since her death have been marked by grief and unanswered questions. They have continued to speak out about who Destiny was: a daughter, a student, a young woman working towards her future. And according to investigators, Destiny was never believed to be the intended target. Anyone with information related to the shooting that took Destiny Nelson's life is urged to contact the Columbus Police Department or the FBI. Tips may be provided anonymously and may also qualify for a reward. Contact information can be found down in the show notes. Our thoughts remain with Destiny Nelson's family and loved ones. Remember that sharing her story helps keep attention on the ongoing search for answers and the effort to hold those responsible accountable. For updates and more cases, follow Hunting for Answers. You can also connect with us through our Facebook group and find us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Reach out if there's a story you believe deserves attention. Thank you for joining us for another episode. Until next time. Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network. For more podcasts from the Black Effect Podcast Network, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.